think about this. We have 269 winter shelter beds today. That is good news. That means we have to celebrate that moment today. We were told that the county was not going to have any dollars. They had to make, was it 84%? They had to make roughly an 84% cut in the budget. And we have found a way to do more than less. 269 shelter beds that are spread out over the region. That's almost 70 more than we had last year. That is the topic today. I promise. Let me get through the weekend. And then next week, we'll talk about the issue. This is the first time as a mayor I've ever done this. I'm going to delay a response for 4 days before I answer that question.
Regarding the temporary, the winter shelters here, how many locations, what will the size be of each one, and where will they go?
Well, you know, the good news on everything that we're doing here today is to know that, first of all, it's going to be in the city, the county, and the region. And before all of those things are finalized, it will come before the city council for a vote next week. The county is October 27th, I believe. So all those things will be finalized in terms of that. But let me give you a couple places that they'll be spread throughout. The Sacramento area emergency housing will be one place. Salvation Army will be another. That will serve single women. The Detox Center will serve single men. Motel vouchers will be a part of the equation. Readiness, which will serve single men and women. On the motel voucher, that's like a safety valve for special needs. And we're hoping that Mather is in play. And that's not a done deal yet, but that's something that we're looking at favorably as well.
How about the funding breakdown in terms of?
I don't have the exact funding breakdown with me. Let me do my best to kind of give you a general idea. Maybe somebody can get it to you today. The county is coming in at about $130,000 to $150,000. The city will be asked to come in around the same range, so let's just say that's about $300,000. There's motel vouchers, which are very significant, and then in terms of the nonprofit and some of the providers, they're going to try to raise private money. That's another $100,000 plus. Andy, is that about right? Yeah. So that gives you a general idea.
And then there were also donations in that pool as well.
Yes.
What did the
I think the for which pool?
The donations, how much was raised?
Donations?
Yeah, how much?
Target is $100,000.
The target is $100,000.
Do you have a timeline of when you're going to open? Early November?
Yeah, our timeline is a staggered timeline. I think things would open as early November. Some will be mid-November, and worst case is there's a piece that might open in December. But we're trying to push everything up before the winter really hits Sacramento hard. We got a reprieve. You know, there was a big storm a week or so ago. It passed. We've got great weather now, but we didn't want to wait until the weather changed.
I didn't hear Cal Expo.
Because there is no Cal Expo. Cal Expo is a place that we were able to have winter shelters. The overflow have been there. How many years in the past? About 10 years in the past. Because of the budget cuts to the county and others, Cal Expo was very expensive, and we were just not able to sustain that. And that is partly why we were able to get even more beds for less of a cost, because Cal Expo was very expensive. And one of the big challenges that we've heard is that there was an over-concentration of where everybody was at and where you took everybody. And we know to solve this challenge in Sacramento, it has to be a regional approach. So I think what you see as an example, you're being dealt a hand that creates even more challenges, but you're innovative and you come up with ideas, and that's what you saw a group of people to do, work really hard to come up with innovative solutions.
When you say regional, do you mean Yolo County, Placer County?
We're trying to work to that big of a region, but right now we're trying to go beyond city limits, so we're talking city and county, so some of the other jurisdictions. But in order to create a long-term solution, again, as a mayor and as the head of the policy board, long-term solutions are what we're going to be talking about. And let me just say this right now. On November 5th, I believe, we're going to launch our comprehensive strategy for our community over the next 3 years. So building on the 10-year plan to end chronic homelessness, we're going to launch our comprehensive plan. We're going to lay out very specific on what terms or what our goals are on November 5th. So we'll give you more information on that later. But today is about a short-term solution to winter shelters, and it was not on our list of priorities and what we had to tackle until we found out the county, unfortunately, was going to have to make even deeper budget cuts. So rather than make excuses, we came together and solved the problem in short order.
How will Mayfair be used, considering that the county already made these cuts in Mayfair? Like, can you elaborate?
I will do my best. Bruce, correct me if I get off track here. If we're lucky enough to have Mather in play, it will serve families. St. John's will play a role out there as well. That's about as much I think I should say until we can kind of work out some kinks and see if we can make that ultimately reality. Bruce, go ahead. Bruce,
That's about right. There's some vacant units out there that we take a look at with the city and see if they can be used.
Mayor, you said 269 beds, that's more than last year, but by some measures, the economy has gotten worse. Number one, do you think it'll be enough? Number two, will it avoid a repeat of the tent city situation that we saw last year?
yeah, I think, so let me answer the second part first. You know, safe ground in the tent city movement, there's a strong desire by a lot of people in this community to have a safe ground. And I've said from day one, I'm inclined to support it. But we got a task force, and we're looking at that, and we want to be in a position to report out on that in the coming months and try to be in a position that if it is viable, to be able to do it when the winter shelters close, which would be that March, April timeframe. In terms of the economy, I think we've done an assessment to know that there are more people that are homeless than before, and there are more types of people that are homeless than before. And when we came up with that bold goal of 250, we felt that that took into consideration the growing number. We've achieved that goal of 269. We, in fact, have exceeded it. But there's also, with the motel vouchers, an ability to get that number up even higher. So we have built in kind of a contingency plan if that number grows. Bottom line is, we are going to do everything that we can to prevent a tent city from breaking out. That means that we're not providing enough winter shelter, and we're committed to doing everything that we can to make that a reality. All right, thank you very much.